Jonathan Castle here from the Coffs Harbour Greens. I'm here with David Tate, a banana grower here in Karora. And the Coffs Harbour Greens are really keen to see the local food industry thrive going forward. And there's no doubt that we have one of the best growing regions in Australia here in Coffs Harbour. And David himself is passionate about making sure that the horticulture sector is protected and looked after and that it has a viable future. And there's no doubt that we as the Greens know so much about food security and how important it is to making sure that our kids and that our families are eating healthy and affordable food. If you'd like to find out more, go to our website at coffsgreens.org. But David, what is going on? I mean, how can we improve the horticulture sector in Coffs Harbour?
Well, they need to get a chance to be viable. At this stage, unfortunately, they're not long-term viable. They can have some assistance possibly from council to get a decent break for people who want to move to this district, to be encouraged to have farmers work the land that they're possibly tree changing to.
So you're talking about a land share agreement process. So a land share agreement is where somebody may have land, but they're not very good at necessarily growing food, and there are people who are good at growing food, but they don't actually have land. So it's this idea of being able to combine people who have property and those people who want to grow food, and what you're saying is that council could actually mediate that and make that a reality in our community.
Definitely, and it's a win on all sides, because the council gets more productivity for their council area. The people who own the land often have a great source of fantastic produce themselves, and they stand a chance of making some money out of that land. And the person who is working the land has that security of tenure and the ability to invest in something which is ultimately the best lifestyle that you can have.
So this is coming out of a real resurgence in interest for people working in the agricultural sector. How much land do you think would be needed for people to be able to create a viable income?
Oh, you can do it on probably 5 acres or less.
5 acres or less, which really is what most people in the Coffs Harbour area, if we think about rural residential, this is what they've got. So it's about being able to combine those people who have the land and those people who want to grow the food to be able to create really a strong and thriving horticulture sector in the Coffs Harbour area. So this is forming what we believe in the Coffs Harbour Greens is a great initiative to grow the grower. We believe that growing food in the Coffs Harbour electorate is something that we have a strong history with. And why don't we as a community continue to invest and support our growers, so that not only the older generation of growers know that the industry has a future, but also that the younger generation who may be interested in growing food also have a future in the industry. So get behind the Coffs Harbour Greens, get behind our local growers, go to the farmers market, support our great farmers, and go to our website and check out our campaign to grow the grower in Coffs Harbour. Thank you, David, so much for your time, and I really appreciate it.
Authorised by Sylvia Hale for the Greens, New South Wales.